cluttered garage. I'm really glad you're here. A place where we can laugh and talk and days are filled with cheer. The clouds and sun may come and go, but one thing's always clear. Welcome back, my friend. You know I'm really glad you're here. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, my friends. Welcome to Livestream number 135. It's October 16th, and the year is 2023. Boy, I missed you last week. It's nice to be back. And, we canceled last week because we were traveling, and now we're back and getting settled. But I was going to go live remotely last week, but it just wasn't, I was visiting with family for one thing, so it would interrupt with that. But also, there wasn't good cell service where I was, so we skipped it. But thank you for being here tonight. I really appreciate it, and I do miss this when we don't do it. So I am really glad you're here. Let's see who's here tonight. Everybody's here tonight. So many people here tonight, and thank you for being here. Thank you, Chris, for mentioning that the sound and the video are good without me having to ask that. I appreciate that. I did set up the camera a little while ago. I was running a little bit behind. Surprise. And here I am. So anyway, let's see who I see first. Let me back way up. I can't look through all these chats, but let me back up and see. Looks like Kent from Hope Construction was here first. Kent, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. Glad to see you. And Danielle, Daniel, sorry, the words are small. Daniel from Massachusetts, good to see you. Thanks for being here from Massachusetts. I imagine that the leaves are changing up there and looking pretty because they're starting to change here. So I'm sure you're ahead of us and getting that great New England fall colors. Mikey's here, and Ross. Good to see you, Ross. And Mark from Anisto Key, and Chevhead Ed, and so many more. But again, lots of comments here. I see some comments about the mud mixer. Chevhead Ed poured 12 concrete pits, pilers, piers. Look, it was written at first. It said pits, and I looked down and saw piers. Anyway, 12 of them. That's how many? All right, how many bags of concrete per pier? Because that's quite a bit, right? Maybe you said that in there later. But that's one thing I thought that mud mixer would be really good at, would be pouring those piers, because they're just those cardboard tubes. And boy, it'd be great just to set that thing up, get the right consistency, and just keep breaking bags and letting it just dump in and fill up, and shake the air bubbles out as you go. But I think it'd be great for pouring those. I may miss it, but you can let me know how many bags you poured and what size bags. Did anybody click on the earworm that I shared before the show started? Because that has been in my head for weeks and I can't get rid of it. So the only way to get rid of it is to listen to it over and over again. So that's what I'm going to be doing. It's my new favorite song. It's from that Etsy commercial that's playing lately, and they played a little clip of that. But I did a little research, and I am amazed at what we can find these days. Because years ago, you would watch a commercial and you'd hear a song and you'd say, "Hey, who sings that song? What's that song?" How would you find out? I don't know how you'd find out. Now, I didn't remember what the commercial was for. I just typed in the name of what I thought the song was and then said TV commercial, and then all these hits started coming up that it was an Etsy commercial. And then I looked up the song on Spotify, but I couldn't find it by the artist. So I thought maybe it was a remake. And then I Googled, the song title, Etsy commercial, artist, and then found out it was a song from the 60s. And do you care about that? I don't know that you do, but that's what's in my head right now. Anyway, I think it's neat that you can find out that information and then click on it and listen to the song instantly. Maybe I'll never get used to this modern world that we live in, but I like it. I like a lot of the things that we have available to us. I'll look through here a little bit. Okay. Yeah, apparently Ross listened to it. I would have played the song here, but I'd get a copyright strike, so I didn't. Thank you, BT Handy, for reminding folks to hit that like button. I do appreciate that. I usually mention that. I'm stuck on a wire here. Excuse me. It's wrapped around my foot. That's had this phone charger wrapped around my foot. All right, I'm going to silence this phone for now. But anyway, so here we are. Uh, Normally, now, if you're new to the live stream, normally what we do is we talk here about the channel, talk about tractors and gardening and projects, life in the country, DIY projects, whatnot. Um, Sometimes there's a guest. Sometimes, sometimes it's just me. Like right now, I just saw a little like thing pop up. Did you guys see that? There's another one. I like that. Are you seeing that? That must be something new from StreamYard. Why don't you click it and see what happens? But anyway, if it's your first time here, please say hi in the live chat. Let us know how you found the channel. Was it on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok? What's that new thing? I posted something on there today too. I don't know. Threads, that's what it's called. I haven't really used that. I don't personally think it's going to make it because I don't use it. That's how it works. If I don't use it, it's not going to make it. That's how my world works. But anyway, please let us know in the live chat if it's your first time here on the live stream, and we want to welcome you for being here. Thanks for watching the channel. The live stream is way different than the channel. It's just our time to get together. We do this every Monday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, almost every Monday. Of course, not last Monday. But that's what we do. Out of here by 8 o'clock. And often we do some kind of giveaway, sticker giveaway, for instance. We'll do that a little bit later on. Uh, and, it's just a time to get together. Again, I am merely the facilitator here. I talk in the background, and then you guys just chat in the live chat. And it's a great reunion of friends and a great way to start off the week, if I do say so myself. Uh, so with that, yeah, I really I got nothing tonight other than replying to your comments. If you have any questions about any of the content, about the farm, about anything going on, I'll fill you in on some things that we're getting ready to do here. But other than that, we're just talking. We're just talking. But I will remind you that if you do have a question, especially if you're new, uh, in the live chat, post your question in this format. The word question, preferably in all caps, followed by the question. And then I'll see it. Other folks will see it. So that's that. That's the housekeeping, as they say. Not using an official mug. Um, should be, right? So I see our friend David from RCF Polar Express, who crossed over the 1,000 subscriber mark recently. Congrats again, David. Edward Joyce is here. Bob Pers, John Baker. Tractor Talk with Gary. Hey, Gary, listen, I got your message that you got in time last week to watch the live stream, and then we weren't there for you. So hope you had a good early night anyway with Barb. But sorry I wasn't here for you, Gary. And there's Phil from Peterson Farms of Little Nashville. Phil, I was in Big Nashville last week. Big Nashville. That's where we were. We were in that area, and that was we went down there to that area to visit with family, and you all know about my niece Rachel, who had the brain tumor, had surgery, had treatment, and is recovering from that. We went down for her 14th birthday, and what a nice visit it was. Um, I should have the. I'm going to call on my moderators here. I should have the link for Rachel's GoFundMe page. I'm not asking you to donate, but you can read about Rachel on that GoFundMe page, which is a public page. So if one of my moderators wouldn't mind finding that, I'm looking at you, Chris, because I know you're good at that and you do that every time. If you could find that and post it in the live chat, then folks can click on that if they're not familiar with Rachel's story. And you can read about her there. So we went down for her 14th birthday, and of course, the family down there is pretty big, much bigger than the one up here. And there were 14 kids there, all cousins and whatnot. Beautiful family, beautiful time. And Rachel's a beautiful person. She's doing well. She's finished with her treatments, but this was a big deal. She struggles with speech. She still is not walking. She's in a wheelchair, and they help her out of that. But what a great attitude she has, and again, what a beautiful person she is, and surrounded by an amazing, amazing family. I think she's going to do really well. So, and I want to thank you because so many of you have uh, either contributed to the GoFundMe or just reached out with your sincere best wishes for her and your prayers, and it means a lot. So, thank you for that. Appreciate it. I'm going to share a picture with you right now while we're talking about it, uh, because I got permission from her mom to share this picture. I'm speaking slowly so that I can find it. Just filling in. Oh, anyway, here's a picture. I shared this on the Facebook page and on the YouTube community page. But there's a picture of me with Rachel on her 14th birthday. Well, maybe that was the day before, but anyway, that's when we went down for the visit, and we were out on the front porch and just having a nice visit. So there she is, and here's a beautiful picture that her aunt Jody took, who is a master photographer with the iPhone, and took this beautiful picture with her birthday cake. So I could just I could just stare at that picture, but I won't. I'll click off of it right now. Anyway, thank you again for all your support, and I do appreciate that. Um, what more can I say? Not too much more. So thank you, Chris, for sharing that link. Again, if you have questions, you can click on that and learn more. Um, let's go to some questions here on the live chat. I'm gonna have to scroll down, so I may miss a few things because you guys are flying by with comments. Um, question from BT Handy: what's your first snowfall date? If that's for me, who knows? Who knows? Um, we have had mild winters for the past, I think, decade. Um, I don't know if we had anything last year that really stuck to the ground, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. It could. So we could have snow in December. A lot of times for us, what used to be was February was the worst month. February would be the coldest month. Um, so who knows though? We've had blizzards in December, but I know that our folks up in Canada and places like Minnesota with John Ritter, you guys are probably putting your snow blowers on, and of course David has that rear snow blower. You guys are probably getting ready. I'm sure you are, and you get your money's worth out of those snow blowers. As I've said before, I would if I had a need for a snowblower, I'd like one a lot, but I'm also glad not to have a need for one. But they look fun. Um, yes, I do have a hat from Tennessee. Thanks for noticing. You can look this company up on on the interwebs, as they say. That's my nephew's company. Little promotion here, but if you're in the Nashville area, you can buy your butchering supplies from Brandon. He has a lot of people who are homesteaders who slaughter their own meat, and they buy uh, lots of supplies from him, and as well as servicing restaurants and whatnot who use meat slicers and all that good stuff. But it's a neat shop. There's the spices and I don't know. I don't butcher things, so but it's everything you need. Got some nice knives. Uh, question. This is a YouTube related question. We'll touch on this for a moment from our friend David. Getting a lot of email for helping to do better videos once you reach 1000K. Deleted them all. Yeah, Dave, the more and more you grow, you're going to get more and more emails, and you have to be really careful and do your research. I delete so many emails every day from companies who want to uh, have a video made about their product and their products you never heard of, and I just delete every one of them. It's very rare that I would even consider one of those, but I have considered a few like that, like that. Uh, what was the jump pack that I did? It was the GP 4000 Gulu Gulu jump pack. Um, I accepted that and did a video about it because I always wanted one, and I was really impressed by it. So, but I do my research and see, like, is this an actual product that people may have heard of or might be out there? I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to review a brand new uh, product that you can get a whole bunch of different ones on Amazon and whatnot. Anyway, I delete most of them. David, be careful with that, and definitely, uh, if you need help, just reach out to fellow YouTubers like myself, like so many others that you know and you do stay in contact with. If you have a question or need help with anything, we're here for you. David White has a question. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. How's the truck? You're talking about the 2021 F-150. I bought a used pickup, which is practically new. It's the 2021. They redesigned the F-150, so it's the same as the 2023, and it had 10,000 miles on it when I bought it. So that's, to me, that's brand new because right now we have like 16,000. Um, I'm really happy with it. It runs great. It's a quick truck. Um, Zero complaints about it at all. Uh, I do have a little complaint, but anyway, we drove that down to Tennessee. Uh, Average MPG going down was 23.5 miles per gallon because it has the computer. I reset it right in our driveway. Uh, 850 miles we drove, 23.5 going down, 23 even coming back. That's pretty impressive for a full size truck with a V8. Got no complaints there. Here's my complaint. I'll leave that up since we're talking about the truck. Uh, the other day, I was at an intersection, and it was kind of an intersection on a hill. I pulled out, and I almost pulled out in front of somebody. I pulled out, and I saw them at my left side. Now they weren't like right there; they were back a ways. But I started to pull out, and I panicked. I slammed on the brakes. I threw the truck in reverse. It's got the floor shifter. I threw it in reverse, and when I did that, it didn't move. In fact, the shifter automatically like m- went into park, which it does if you open the door. If you stop the truck, leave and drive, and you open the door, the shifter goes into park automatically. So anyway, I pulled out. I'm halfway into the road, slammed on the brakes, pushed the shifter up, and went all the way into park. And then the park light started blinking, and I couldn't get it to go in reverse. So there I am in the middle of the road. This car's coming, and I couldn't move. And they went around me. Luckily, it was just a back road. It was no problem. But that was frustrating. I had to actually turn the truck off and start it again. I guess it rebooted the system or something. That's not good. And we were saying I should complain about that, but you have to be able to duplicate the problem for that to happen. So that's weird. I like the old vehicles with the column shift, and you just was mechanical, like clunk down to drive, clunk into reverse. This electronic stuff, I did not like that very much. It's not as responsive either. Even when I do quickly throw it in reverse, it doesn't engage quickly. Um, so I don't like that, but I just have to be more careful not to have to change gears quickly. So here's a question from Peg. What causes a tractor to stall going up a steep hill? That's pretty vague, Peg. I'm going to say the first thing would be uh, low fuel, maybe. If you're going up a steep hill and the fuel is low, it may suck some air. Uh, if it's like bogging down, maybe you're in high gear and you need to be in low gear going up a steep hill. They're the only two causes I can think of for that to happen. but maybe some other folks will chime in the comments. Oh, there's a question from or a comment from Mark, possibly a dirty filter. That I suppose that could be too, but I don't know why a hill would matter on that. Uh, and there's already some folks answering questions, so good to see that. John says no snow in the forecast yet. Yeah, he's got more hydraulic testing to do. You're doing a good job there, John. But you're gonna have to get that snowblower on soon enough, right? Okay. Yep. Thank you, folks, for answering, Peg. Appreciate that. Drew has a question, or can you share some future homestead projects that are coming? Drew, what I'm going to be working on is I'm going to be pulling some of the wood out of the woods because that's where wood grows in the woods. That's why they call it the woods. But anyway, there's this nice. I was back there today, just walking around. There's this nice oak tree that fell. It's pretty straight. I was looking at it today, thinking if I cut it here and then make it small enough that I can either drag it out with a tractor. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether to drag it out or just cut it in pieces. Make the rounds, as they say. I'm not a firewood guy yet. Uh, Cut the rounds right back in the woods, and I could either take them out with the loader, just stack them in the bucket and get them out of there. I got to go through kind of a hilly area to get to it, uh, or I could just drag the. I could even drag the wood splitter back there, the log splitter, and I could split them back there if I wanted to, and just drag out the pieces. So I'm not sure how to best handle that. I'm going to look and see. I don't know if there's any advantage to either way, other than if you split it out here, then you have a pile of split wood. Where if you split it back there, you need to move all that wood. So probably the smartest thing would be to drag the log out to where you want to cut it up and split it. That would probably make the most sense. Uh, but that's a project I'm going to be working on, as well as I got a little more cement work to do. I got a little project there, but the cold weather's coming, so I don't know if I'm going to do that. Um, but the thing that we're going to be doing is, and we talked about this on the live stream, I think last time or time before. I'm going to be doing some repairs to the house, and I had talked about maybe having a second channel, but we're going to just do it on this channel. So I'm going to be doing some repairs. I'm going to bring you into the house and show you some of the projects I'm working on here. I hope that works for you. But if you like seeing a little bit of projects, renovations type stuff in the house, we're going to be doing that. The first thing I plan on doing, and this kind of goes along with the homesteading projects, is I want to get that wood stove set up in here. So that's on my agenda to start tearing into that wall any day now, because the chimney is behind the wall. I need to expose it. Need to open up an area. Need to lay the hearth for the wood stove. I learned that for a wood stove in our area, maybe our state, you you are required to have 4 inches of non-combustible material under a wood stove. 4 inches. That's a lot. So the guy I was talking to told me, you could put, if I wanted to lay bricks down, he said, make a pan. You could put sand in it and then put the bricks on top. You can have 4 inches, which seems excessive to me, but that's what it is. I looked it up too, and that's what it says. So getting that wood stove installed is going to be a project that I'm going to share with you, and that's something we're going to be working on very soon. Question from Mikey0011. If I only need to add 2 inches on a PTO shaft, can I get by with just a new half shaft? I see what you're saying. You're saying that they're pulling apart, and I don't see why not. You're saying slide the other. It doesn't have to be in half. You want the longer end. Um, I don't see why not. I'm no expert. I don't know. Somebody else can answer that question as well. But I would say you definitely could just put the half shaft in, as long as at its longest extension you have plenty of meat behind it, and of course at its shortest when it's compressed, be careful that it's able to compress all the way. You know, make sure that that shaft is not putting any pressure on that gearbox, that PTO. I almost had that happen with the bush hog that I bought. I hooked it up and like, hey, this fits, and I raised it up, and I realized there was no play in that shaft. So if that bush hog were to raise up, it's going to push on that PTO, could break it off or break the gearbox or something. So make sure you have sufficient play, whatever that is. I don't know what the tolerance is, but make sure you have sufficient play so that, of course, it won't fall apart when it's extended, and it won't bind when it's compressed. That's my take on that. So I'm looking at other regarding Peg's question. David White says on his 25 horsepower, he needs to turn the RPMs up on C pills, especially if you have heavy implements or weight on the tractor. Um, my B2601 is also 25 horsepower, and it needs to be revved up to um, to have the power. Sometimes I'll have it in high gear, which I only use when I'm on the road. Uh, but if I put it in high gear and I kind of mash the hydrostatic and pull the throttle wide open at the same time, it takes a while for it to get up to speed. Like it's really bogged down a lot. So they don't have a whole lot of low end torque, I don't think, those smaller tractors. So it helps to have it revved up. And on mine, what is it? 2,200 RPMs on the engine is the 540 on the PTO, which is basically wide open. So I often run that tractor wide open, or at least as much as the throttle will give me. Maybe if it was adjusted, or it could go wider, but however the factory setting is, wide open gets me right at that 540 at the PTO. So I assume it's fine to run it at that RPM. So I run it a lot of times wide open. There's that thumb again. I haven't seen a comment. Have you seen that thumb? I should put it on my phone and see if I see it. But I'll watch the replay. Uh, another question from BT Handy. Do you have heat in the barn for this winter? Yes and no. Yes, it's there. Does it work? I don't know. Uh, it's a propane boiler, and instead of it's all piped in, but instead of ordering a tank from a supplier, I directly connected a barbecue tank to the boiler the other day with a regulator, and so the boiler fired up. Boiler's fine. Got to make sure that the radiant heat in the bays. I know there's some leaks because it froze a few years ago, so there's some burst lines. I don't think anything would burst under the concrete, but I don't know. I've been kind of pressure testing, so at this point, technically, no, don't have heat. But will we? I think so. I do. I really do. Uh, okay. Boy, lots of answers for Peg. So yeah, Brandon, love the hat. I love it too. You can get yours as well. You can buy one. Mark, when are you ordering your Woodland Mill sawmill? It's not on the it's not in the shopping cart yet. I would like to have one, whether it's Woodland Mills or something else. I think it'd be really fun to have a mill, and I think I would use it and I would make things with it. But not happening yet. Here's another project, um, outdoor project. We've been talking about building a pole barn. We've talked about building either a lean-to off the barn for the tractor and equipment, because the tractor and equipment will not fit in the barn the way it's laid out, um, and not easily reconfigured. That's a long story. Doesn't matter. Point is, I looked at building a lean-to off the barn to put the implements in and put the tractor in, um, and then I also was looking at uh, using the Harbor Freight portable garage temporarily. I got approval to use it temporarily, as long as somebody can see it. Um, but I don't know if we're going to do that. And then I was looking at these steel buildings. You see little steel carports that are like $2,500, $3,000. like Versatube is one of the companies. There's several other ones, and basically it's just a metal frame carport. You can make big barns out of these things, but that's kind of what we were looking at. Like maybe we'd put one of those back there and just have something so that the equipment's undercover. I was looking at that, and then just recently we're like, you know what? We ought to just build a carport and a machine shed, basically a pole barn, but only need two sides on it because you'd pull in from one side. Not looking at putting garage doors on or anything like that. So just pull the cars in the front, have the back end for equipment, meet in the middle, put this, put some sides on it so it's kind of hidden, looks pretty, and go with that. So I'm looking at that now. I want to look into that. Um, but basically, it'd be divided in the middle. So you're looking at like two 20-foot bays. So that's a 40-foot building. There's a concrete pad out there that's about 36 feet wide. So you're talking about a 40 by 40 uh, pole barn, which is pretty big. And I have a certain design I'd like to do as well. But I'm looking into that. I'm looking into that, and that I'll share it with you when we do it. Uh, Let me read here. All right. Oh yeah, and Ed Joyce sent me a picture. I don't have it to share with you, but he found um, a mud mixer being sold at a Harbor Freight. I didn't know they were there, or at least I haven't seen them around here. So that's pretty neat. So thanks for sharing that picture. And I'm sorry I didn't share it tonight. I don't have it uploaded to here tonight. Well, again, Peg is getting lots of answers. Good to see. Yeah, Bob, talking about firewood, cut and place and split into IBC tows. So you do it on site, like wherever the tree is down. I did think about that as well. I have those IBC totes. I got quite a few of them, and I haven't cut one yet. But I saw that the opening that people generally cut. I just have to do it. But that I would like to do as well. So good point. I'm curious what my tractor will lift up because when I put water in one of those totes, it only filled up a quarter of the way and I couldn't pick it up. Water's heavy, but firewood too. I don't know what it's going to be able to pick up. That'll be a good test. So, and I'm giving one of those totes to my brother-in-law for the same thing, who also has well, he's got a compact tractor and then of course big ones as well. So he'll be able to pick it up no problem with the big ones. I don't know about the small one. He's got a little John Deere, which you saw on the we did the video with the DR string trimmer that hooks to the tractor, PTO string trimmer for doing around fences. Pretty neat thing, but that's the smaller John Deere subcompact, as they call it. Mine's a compact, is a subcompact. So about that thumbs up, clicking on the like that, clicking the on-screen thumbs up bubble pauses the live stream. So I guess it pauses it for you. I hope it doesn't pause it for everybody. But thanks for clicking it. And you're on YouTube, Chris. So I imagine that thumbs up button is on Facebook as well. We have some Facebook viewers, so maybe they can let us know. Let's click off that. Yeah, it seems like that's happening to several people. I wonder how long does it pause it? Uh, Brandon has a question. How's the Kawasaki Mule holding up on the bigger homestead? Man, I like that thing a lot. I really do. We don't work it as hard as other people would. We kind of use it for just, you know, puttering around. Although when we moved, we only moved a mile away, and most of the move was done with the mule. Um, I hooked my 5x10 utility trailer to the mule because I could just drive that around the yard, back it up to the back deck, put the ramp down, wheel stuff out, and then drive it up the road. So I used the mule for most of the move, and that was a lot of weight pulling that thing. I imagine I wore at the belt a little bit, but no signs of anything from that. And I've been using it on some trails in the woods. We cut some trails back there. I did I did try to push through to the back of the property with the mule where there are no trails. So I was going through some brush and thought, I know I'm going to scratch it up, but just push through. There are some really steep embankments here, and you put that thing. It's got four-wheel drive. Obviously, I guess they all do now. Maybe not all, but anyway, four-wheel drive, but also locking differential. I don't think you can get that thing stuck unless you bury it. I mean, it climbs. You can put it in low gear, and it just climbs over anything, up anything. I'm really happy with it. My only complaint with the mule, not a complaint. I wish the box on the back was bigger. I guess they designed it so that the back wheels are right at the back of the vehicle, so that if you hit a log or something, you can wheel over the log. I would prefer the box to be a little longer and hang over the back a little bit more. It's not quite proportioned right. The box is wider than it is deep, and it looks weird. I guess it's a visual thing because eh, I don't use it. I haven't needed it. I haven't ever put anything in it and said, "Oh, I need more room." So dumb to complain about that, I guess. But anyway, I love it. It to me, it drives almost like a vehicle. When you take it on the road, it's solid, it's smooth. I got the one with power steering. If you buy one, don't don't not get the power steering. You'll be happy that you got it. It was like $1,000 more, I think, at the time, and I can't imagine not having the power steering. But it's really nice. It's really solid. It's louder than I would like as well, but they're all loud. But I like it. Thanks for asking. That was a long answer. And so Kendall says, yes, the thumbs up randomly popping up. It must be built into StreamYard now, where you can click the thumbs up. I don't know if it's translating and giving me a thumbs up on YouTube, and maybe it does. No, no, it can't. It can't give me a thumbs up on Facebook unless you're logged into there. Anyway, I don't know anything about it. I just saw it too. I'm like, what is that? Looks cool though. But yeah, I'm gonna say it's a StreamYard thing. Do you find that distracting, or is it okay? David White has a question. Have you looked at any trees to have carved the chainsaw artist? No, not at this point. I liked what he did at the house. I thought it was really neat. I don't really have anything here that's calling for a carving. But if we do, I would use them again. I would have him do something there. The big oak that we had taken down out back, that would have been kind of neat, but it was in the back. Nobody would really see it. So, but that would have been a neat thing to do. Honestly, I didn't think about it. Too late now. It's down. Jack and Jackie, happy anniversary, my friends. That's so nice. Jack is cooking dinner for Jackie, but popped in. So hope you're doing well, Jack and Jackie and the kids, plural. Um, anyway, Jack for the Mindful Homestead. Go check him out if you haven't yet. Good channel. Enjoy it a lot. I've learned a lot from Jack, even though I don't, raise animals like he does. But I enjoyed Jack's video about. Uh, he talked about tapping trees for maple syrup, and I want to do that, and I still might. And I think now's the time, if I'm not mistaken. I was with a friend yesterday, and she lives in a urban area, and she makes her own maple syrup. Uh, so, and she just simmers it on the stove. It must take days, but she likes it, and I think I'd like to try just a little sampling. I don't need to do quarts of it. I should just tap a tree and try it. Right? What am I waiting for? Sometimes you overthink things. You think in order to do something, you have to go so big. You don't have to go. You don't have to go big. You can just start small. Uh, okay. I'm reading. Mark has 14 IBC totes and needs more. Well, that's a lot of firewood, Mark. Folks are remembering Suzanne Summers and talking about Jack Tripper and Mr. Roper. Three's Company. I liked that show when I was a kid. And if you watch it today, you're like, man, that's bad. That's bad television. We grew up on really bad television. If you look back, I can't believe what we watched. Not that it was bad for you, it was just bad. It was bad comedy, bad acting, whatever. It was bad. That was the entertainment in the 70s and the 80s. But anyway, yeah, definitely sad for Suzanne Summers, only 77 years old. And what a rebel she was, apparently. Fought for equal pay, got fired over it. Pretty strong. Thank you, Gary, for serving time to serve as a reminder to like the live stream. Thank you. Hit that like, even though apparently it pauses your live stream when you do it. But thank you. Thank you for doing that. Um, Daryl has a concrete tip. Brush concrete with a broom to smooth it and to give texture to a pattern sidewalk. Yeah, we had when we did the sidewalks at the house, the other house, they brushed everything with a broom, and it's a nice finish. I'm not really that fond of it, but I know it's really great for a non-slip surface. When I did the pad for the compost bin, I tried to make it smooth. I knew it wasn't going to be smooth like you have on a shop floor. When they have those power trowels or really skilled people. I knew me trying to make it smooth was going to be just rough enough. So um, I prefer a little bit smoother, but the brushed concrete is definitely non-slip. Okay. Thank you, Chris. The that thumbs up button is not a functioning button. It's just a reminder, not distracting. All right. Interesting. I need to find out more about that though. All right. Well, there you go. So in the spring, not the fall, you can tap in the fall, but it's not as sweet or not as plentiful. So spring is my time to tap a tree. Interesting. I was thinking it was now because there wouldn't be bugs. So it's springtime, tapping in the spring, which I guess makes sense. The tree's like coming out alive and putting all of its energy. I'll remember that, Jack. So I guess maybe start in what, March, April. Do you do it when the trees start to bloom? I don't know. I'll look it up. You don't have to answer all these questions now. I know you're cooking dinner for Jackie. Okay. Birch. I think that's the one. I've got a neighbor who does make syrup, and he was saying he prefers a different tree over maple. He doesn't do maple. I don't remember if it was birch or if he did. I don't know what tree it was, but it wasn't maple, and he prefers it. I thought it was interesting. I didn't know you could do that. He's like, you can pretty much tap any tree. Didn't know that. Thank you, Peg. Tap the trees in March. All right, remember that. I'll think about it on my birthday, which is basically the first day of spring, first full day. Uh, BT Handy, not just for me, for everybody. Have you been to the Covered Bridge Festival in Indiana? No. Uh, I didn't know. I never thought about Indiana as being a covered bridge place. I know they have them in Pennsylvania. I've seen a few there, Vermont. But Covered Bridge Festival, that is fun. And maybe I'll look into that and see what that's about. I like that. While we were in Tennessee, I don't want to brag, but we were there and at the perfect time. We were able to attend the National Banana Pudding Festival. Lucky us. So we went there. That's where we were last Saturday, I think it was. They said they had 70,000 people last year, and they were expecting 100,000 this year. Pretty big deal. Didn't really understand it, but it was a big deal. And I did buy a little package of banana pudding samplers, and they were good. They were good. There was a banana pudding eating contest, as you would expect at a festival like that. What else would you expect at a banana pudding festival than a banana pudding eating contest? There was the youth category and the adult category, but the two didn't compete with each other. That wouldn't be fair. Kent, the longest covered bridge is in Indiana. Okay. I'm learning. I always think of Indiana as just flat, not even thinking about waterways or anything. So, uh, didn't know about that. And yeah, David's saying that Vermont, New Hampshire covered bridges. That's where I think about covered bridges is there. So let's do a sticker giveaway because we're about to wrap up here, and I want to send some stickers out to somebody. And I'm going to still sending out the 25,000 subscriber commemorative stickers. So that's what you'll get. Maybe something else as well. All can enter if you've not won one of those before. All those before, I don't care. You can enter. I'll leave it up to you. Self-regulation here. Sticker giveaway. 25,000 subscriber commemorative sticker is in here. I don't think you're getting all these. This is just a bag of stickers. Anyway, I'll pick out something from here for you. 25,000 subscriber commemorative sticker. We're almost at 40,000, folks. Almost at 40,000. We're like, almost meaning what, 900 more we need, but I think we're at 30,100, 39,000 something or other. Anyway, we're getting there. Not that I'm too concerned about that. I appreciate you watching the videos. That's all I really care about is that your best way to support the channel and all channels is to watch the videos. That's it. Just watch. That's the way to support your favorite content creators. Just watch their stuff. When they put out a video, click on it, watch it. If you don't love it, let it run in the background and you're still supporting. Click the like button, I guess. But just click on it, let it run. And that's a way to support folks. So let's do the sticker giveaway. I see folks trying to guess what the magic word is. The way this works, if you're new to the live stream, is I'm going to share a word or a phrase. And you're going to type it in the live chat exactly the way you see it. Uppercase or lowercase, doesn't matter, but exactly the way you see it. No space. Hashtag happiness. Because that was the song that I shared earlier, the earworm, and you have to listen to that because it's in my ear. I want it in yours too. Anyway, type the word hashtag happiness, no space, uppercase, lowercase, doesn't matter. That's the word of the day, happiness, for a sticker giveaway. And we'll find a winner soon. Meanwhile, you can listen to this music. Not the happiness music. See that? See how Terry did it? Happiness. Margaret. Just like that. Did you ever see the Will Smith movie In Pursuit of Happiness? It's a shame Will Smith really tarnished his reputation because I always really liked the guy. But the movie, what did I just say about the happiness movie? It's not called In Search of Happiness. In Pursuit of Happiness. That was the movie. I watched that movie when it came out, and it was really well done, really touching. Touched my heart because I related to it. Because he was a guy struggling to provide for his family, and I just really liked it. So if you can get past any feelings about Will Smith, smacking Chris Rock, go check out In Pursuit of Happiness wherever it's streaming today. All right, we got 29 entries. We're gonna hit this button here in a moment. Yes, Brandon, right? Great movie. Yeah, I watched it at a time when I was also trying to provide for a family, and I might have teared up in that movie. I'll be honest with you, but I'm a crier. I mean, I'm a sentimental guy, emotional. What can I say? Okay, here we go. Let's see who the winner is. Oh, I don't know how to say that. Marquith Legacy Acres. That's a new name. So congratulations to you. That is fun. I tried to end it right on the beat. So I saw Brandon's name come up right there. Probably thought you were going to win, right? So here's what you need to do. I need you, Marquith Legacy Acres, if I'm saying that correctly. I need you to send me an email at this email address right here. Contact mcgtv@gmail.com. That's the email address for me. Contact mcgtv@gmail.com. Let me know that you were the sticker giveaway winner for this evening, Monday, October 16th. I'll need your name and postal mailing address, and I will get them to you wherever you are, wherever in the world you are. Congratulations, and I'm glad to see a new name. So if you're new to the live stream, welcome. If I missed you in the past, I apologize, but it looks new to me. So um, that's what I need you to do. Thanks so much. Remove that. Remove that. Uh, so I'll be back next week. I should be. I don't see any reason not to be. Uh, Back next week, and I hope that you will join me as well. I hope you'll watch any upcoming videos. Again, support your favorite content creators and by watching their content and interacting with them. We really do appreciate it, and those of us who make videos, we do it because we like the interaction with you, and we hope that you enjoy what it is that we have to offer. And I always appreciate your feedback. I'm looking forward to seeing what you think about the new content, different content here inside the farmhouse. We're going to be doing that project, and I hope that you'll watch for that. If it's a flop, if you don't like that stuff, then I'll learn that it's not a fit for the channel. But for now, we're going to give it a try and see if that's what you know if that's what people enjoy. So that's the plan for that. Um, and that's really that. So anyway, I hope you watch that. Hope you enjoy it. I appreciate you being here. As always, I look forward to seeing you next time.